A very good morning to all of you. So, just as a tradition which we have been following for the last 5 lectures and continuing that today also, the first thing which I would be asking to all of you is that am I audible to all of you? Those who are having the confusion whether physics class is there or not, so I am in front of you. So, yes, we are having the class. So, good morning once again to all of you. And in our last class, we were dealing with some mathematical concepts where we discussed about binomial approximation, trigonometric approximation. Then I told you an important thing regarding triangles, how we can find the side or area, of a triangle in terms of angle. So that is Hero's formula, and I told that we will be definitely deriving that once we will see Lami's theorem in vectors. Okay, by that time you will all be over here for offline. So moving on, the next mathematical concept that we are going to see today is about slope and equation of a straight line. So this also is very important. Why it is important? Because in physics we will be seeing a lot of graphs, and many graphs will be in the form of straight lines. So if you know the equation of a straight line, if you know the slope of a straight line, then it will help you in solving graphical questions very easily, right? So what is the equation of a straight line? To understand that, first we will deal with what we call as coordinates of any point. Now suppose I want to show the position of any point anywhere. So the point can be lying on a straight line, the point can be lying on a plane like on this board, or the point can be lying anywhere in space. Understood? So whenever we want to define the position of any point or particle to any person, so we will have to use something which is called as coordinates. So when we have the information of coordinates, we can exactly tell that see, this particular point what I am talking about is located at this particular position. So to correctly determine the position of any particle or point in space or along a plane or along a straight line, we require coordinates. So when we take coordinates of a point, so suppose if a point is lying in a plane like a board, so we use two axes. You all would have heard we take two perpendicular direction, one along the length and one along vertical. Like you all are seeing me in 2D, 2 dimensions. In your screens you can see me in 2 dimensions. The board also you can see in 2 dimensions, means it has length and it has got a height. So we take those two axes as coordinate axis, as x and y axis. So when we take x and y axis, then whatever lies on this will be called as lying on a plane. So if we take x and y axis like this, so when you select one direction as x axis, say towards the right, then left side we take as minus x axis. If you take the upper direction as plus y, then you will take the lower as minus y. And where these two mutually perpendicular directions are intersecting, we call this as origin. So this diagram that you are getting, we will call it as a plane, xy plane. So if we have coordinates of any point lying in xy plane, So these coordinates will give you the complete information of that point with respect to the origin. Origin is our reference point. From here we make all the calculations. Listen carefully. Origin is that point from where you will make all the calculations of the position. So where is it lying on the x-axis, where it is lying on the y-axis, all these are calculated from the origin. So when we take origin as reference, so what we do, we take its x and y both values as 0. We take x and y both as 0. Now we have 4 quadrants over here, you can see. When we talk about these 4 quadrants, this is called as first quadrant. This becomes the second quadrant. Quadrant because this total angle 360 degrees divided equally into 4 parts, 90 degrees each. So each one is a quadrant. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and this is our fourth quadrant. Now what are the features of this quadrant? If I take coordinates of any point lying in xy plane, we will denote that coordinate as x comma y. X comma y. So here, if I select any point in the first quadrant, you can see that its x and y both are positive. So suppose I take this point, suppose I name its x coordinate as a comma b. You can see that what is a and what is b. A will be called x coordinate, b will be called y coordinate. So suppose I take any point over here, let's call it as a, capital A. So when we take x and y coordinates of the point A, you can see x coordinate, y coordinate both here are positive. So in first quadrant, both the x and y coordinates will be positive. And what is the meaning of these coordinates? This x coordinate tells you that to reach the point A, how much should you move along the x-axis from the origin. From origin, if I want to reach A, how much should I move along x-axis? So basically, this is how much you can move. So this is A. So when you see any coordinate, if it is written as A, that means this distance. When you are moving from origin along x-axis, how much you are covering. When you are seeing B, means from origin, how much you are moving towards y-axis. How much you move towards y-axis, that will give you B. How much you are moving along x-axis will give you A. So this distance will be denoted as B. Yes, correct. Some of you are telling that these are also known as abscissa and ordinates. Correct. Coordinates are named as abscissa and ordinates also. But these terminology, even if you don't use, no harm. You are not going to be confused anywhere in physics without using these mathematical terms. You can directly go by x coordinate and y coordinate. So, beta, always it does not represent horizontal distance. If you are taking x as horizontal, then only it will represent horizontal distance. I can change the axis as per my wish. I can take vertical as x and horizontal as y also. Right? Axis, origin, everything is upon my wish. If you really want to check this, take your copy in your hand or keep it on a table, draw x-axis and y-axis. Now lift the copy, it was kept horizontal, keep it vertical. You will see it will change. You can rotate the axis, you can make x as y, y as x, no problem. So general convention is that we take horizontal as x, but there is no such hard and fast rule that you have to always take x as horizontal. You can take x as vertical and y as horizontal also, right? But these all things are to be discussed later. Presently, we will quickly see first quadrant x and y coordinate both are positive. When you come to second quadrant, in second quadrant you have x coordinate, you can see has a negative sign, whereas y coordinate will be positive. When you come to third quadrant, any point which lies in the third quadrant, x is negative, y is also negative. So you will represent both with minus sign. And whenever you are talking of any point in the fourth quadrant, then you can see x is positive whereas y is negative. So you should be very sure whichever quadrant you are talking of, you have to see whether x or y are positive or negative, and according to that we can give the signs. Apart from that, the distances are simply indicated like this, A and B. What is A and B? You can see over here. So to understand mechanics, to understand electrostatics, electrodynamics, everywhere we will be making use of coordinates. Wherever you will see graph, you will be using coordinates, where we will represent different physical quantities along x and y axis. So not only in motion, anywhere where you compare two physical quantities by an equation, we can draw a graph. And if you are drawing a graph, you need one x axis, you need one y axis. It has got nothing to do only with motion. It can be for any two variables who are somehow mathematically related. We can find a graph for them. So for drawing graph, you should need these two. Is it clear now? So when we have a point like this, two important things. If I say distance of a point whose coordinates are, say, AB from origin. Origin is always represented as 0, 0. So if I take a point, suppose A, and I am taking from origin, so this distance, if I denote it as OA, if they ask me what is the distance, so you can see this distance OA, by Pythagoras theorem we can directly write OA will be under root of A square plus B square. So this value will be simply root under A square plus B square. So whenever they ask me what is the distance between any point whose coordinates are known and its distance from origin is asked, we directly take the distance as under root of A square plus B square. I hope clear? It is clear? Now, one more important thing, while you are dealing with coordinates, if they are asked distance between any two points, suppose I have a point A whose coordinates are XA, YA, and other point is B whose coordinates are XB, YB. So here I have said the distance from origin. If they ask you distance between 2 points, the shortest distance, obviously we are talking of the shortest distance, straight line. So this will be denoted as AB. Whenever they will ask you, you will denote it as AB. And this AB is nothing but, just like here you were writing A square plus B square, you took A as A minus 0, A minus 0 square. B square is B minus 0 square. Similarly, if you have any 2 points whose coordinates are given, so I will write AB as, just subtract the x coordinates and square it. Just subtract the x coordinates and square it. Similarly, just subtract the y coordinates and square it, and then take under root. So this formula also comes by Pythagoras theorem. We have to directly use it in question whenever they will give you 2 points whose coordinates are known. Okay, Janu, Gantla, please stop adding silver cups or tea. All these things we will see later. Add sugar to coffee, silver, tea cups, everything not required right now. Presently, kindly focus on what we are seeing. Okay, you have learnt a lot of things in class 10, very well. You will see several new things also here. So root under xb minus xa whole square plus yb minus ya whole square. You will see things, they will be used. The problem is that while actually when we come to use them, that time students forget what has to be used, even though they have studied in 9th or 10th. And what is the reason behind that? Simple reason is, when something is discussed in the class, our attention is more towards replying first instead of listening. So when something is being written on the board, kindly abstain or refrain yourself from writing anything, unnecessary chats. Better listen. When I will ask you, then do reply. Okay, I hope it is clear. So focus on the class, it will help you in understanding things rather than giving replies earlier. So AB is root xb minus xa whole square plus yb minus ya whole square. So this is also called as distance formula, and distance formula is actually the shortest distance we are talking about, the distance, the straight line distance. So this is what we call as coordinate. Now if we take as an example, if I have 2 points P whose coordinates are -2 comma -3, and a point Q is there which has the coordinate 1 comma 4, then find distance between them. Obviously this distance we are talking is the shortest distance. So what we are doing actually is, you all know that yes, we are finding distance formula, but what distance actually, if you show on the graph, this is x and y. If you see the coordinates of P and Q, you will understand which one is negative, which one is positive. So here you can see the point P has both the coordinates negative, -2 and -3, means it will be somewhere here, means this length is 3, this length is 2, but it is on the negative. So this point P has a coordinate -2 comma -3, means this point's coordinate is -2 comma 0, this point's coordinate is 0 comma -3. We show it like this. Similarly, if you see the point Q, it is at 1 and 4. On y axis it is 4 and x axis it is 1. So this length is 1, this length is 4. So this is the point Q whose coordinates are 1 comma 4. So this point's coordinate becomes 1 comma 0, this point's coordinate becomes 0 comma 4. Any point which lies on the y axis, its x coordinate is 0, mind it. Any point which lies on the x axis, its y coordinate is 0. This should be clear to everyone. Listen again. Any point which lies on y axis, its x coordinate will be 0. Any point which lies on x axis, its y coordinate will be 0. So when we know that the formula is to be used, that is clear that everyone is giving that formula, but actually what I was trying to explain is, what do you mean by coordinates? And now when we join these 2 points, so this dotted line that you are seeing, this length only we will get by distance formula. So you can see PQ will be, you can either directly use the distance formula, you can write xq minus xp whole squared plus yq minus yp whole square, which you can write x of q is 1, x of p is -2, minus minus will become plus. Similarly, y for the point q is 4 and y for the point p is -3. So you get 1 plus 2 3, 3 square is 9, 4 plus 3 7, 7 sevens are 49. So you get as root 58. This is what we do. But alternately, if you see, we can find it in one more way. What is that one more way? If you see, here they are asking PQ. Now you can very easily see from this diagram itself, if I draw this line, and if I join it like this, you can see a right angle triangle. You can see a right angle triangle. I hope this is clear to everyone, visible to everyone. So you can see a right angle triangle. Now this height is 4, this height is 3, so that means this total height you can see is 7. And if you see, this length is 2 and this length is 1, so this total length becomes 3. So alternately, by Pythagoras theorem, I can write PQ will be under root of perpendicular, which is 4 plus 3, 7. And if you see this one, this distance is 3. This is 2 units, this is 1 unit, total 3 units. So root 49 plus root 9, root 58. So from both methods, you can find the value of the straight line PQ. Either you use distance formula or directly by Pythagoras theorem. So I said that distance formula also comes from Pythagoras theorem only. Is it clear? So if the coordinates are given, then we can find it in this particular way. Is it clear? So you will leave the answer like this. If you are getting root 58, approximately you can take the value, or you can just leave the answer as it is, root 58. If you don't know square root, you can use either binomial approximation to get the closest value, or you can leave it as it is. Understood? So this was about coordinates and distance. Now next thing, very, very important, is when we find the slope of a straight line. Whenever they ask us the slope of a straight line, so what is slope? Basically this word slope simply says that what angle is the line making with horizontal. If angle made by a line with horizontal is known, then it simply gives you the ratio of, with respect to vertical, how much, with respect to horizontal, how much vertical you went. So how we use the slope of straight line, just understand. Suppose this pen I am keeping horizontal. Now if I want to give it a slope, like you go to hills, you are driving on a flat road, when you will go to hills, the road will become like this, it rises up. So basically when you are moving horizontally, then vertically, so you are getting slope. The reason why we use tan theta as slope, the reason is simple. Why? What is the meaning of slope? You were moving, we use the word slope in English pertaining to hills. What are hills? You are moving on straight road and suddenly you start rising. So earlier you were moving horizontally, now you are rising, so you move vertically. So which trigonometric ratio relates the horizontal and vertical? You will say, sir, it is to P by B, which is tan theta. That's why the slope was defined mathematically as tan theta. It was defined as tan theta. So what we say for a straight line, if line makes theta angle with horizontal, if a line makes theta angle with horizontal, then the slope magnitude is simply defined as magnitude of tan theta. So if a line makes theta angle with horizontal, the slope is nothing but, the magnitude of slope is nothing but tan of theta. Now, what happens is, in coordinate geometry, when you are marking 2 points, so you should be knowing in graphs whether the slope will be positive or negative. If straight line is shown on a graph, if a straight line is shown on a graph, say XY graph, if they give you a graph of X and Y and then straight line is shown on a graph, then we will take slope magnitude, which is magnitude of tan theta. We will simply do what? Any vertical segment of the graph divided by horizontal segment. So you just have to see any vertical segment and divided by the horizontal segment. Any vertical segment divided by horizontal segment. Listen carefully. If you listen, you will be able to understand things. I can assure you of that. But this will give you magnitude. Magnitude is always positive. So whenever we are writing the slope, we write tan theta. So slope will be any vertical segment, any portion. You need not take the entire line. You can take any section, take the vertical length divided by the horizontal segment or horizontal length. This will give you magnitude. Now, the slope is positive or negative. You can simply use a technique, very simple technique. We will say the slope will be positive if you see that the line is going up. Start moving along x-axis, and if you see that the line is going up, then you will say that the slope is positive. So slope is positive if line is going up. As we move along x-axis, positive x-axis, if you are seeing that the line is going up, it is negative or positive, line is negative or positive, doesn't matter, it is going up or not, then slope will be positive. No anti-clockwise, clockwise. Beta, you would be knowing very good, but I am telling a basic way, no anti-clockwise, clockwise I am talking of. I am simply saying you try by your own method, whatever you know, you will see always you will get the same answer which I am going to show. Don't get confused. Students get confused of slope unnecessarily. They think anti-clockwise, clockwise, obtuse angle, acute angle, nothing to do. Just see if line is going up, take positive. If line is going down, then you will take negative. If you are going up, positive, down, negative. As you are moving along which axis? X-axis. Means go from left to right and check the line. So while moving towards positive x-axis, so try moving towards positive x-axis and check whether the line is going up or coming down. So you have to see just two things. One is the magnitude, value of the slope. Value can never be negative. Value is just mod, magnitude. Only magnitude. And sign of the slope is positive or negative accordingly. Now in this case, if you have 2 points, any 2 points, of line are given. Suppose any 2 points of the line are given. Say you have a point A whose coordinates are given xa, ya, and another point B whose coordinates are given xb, yb. Then you can directly use slope as difference in y coordinates by difference in x coordinate. Now some of you may suddenly say, sir, why are you writing yb minus ya? What if I take ya minus yb? You can take. Whatever you are taking in the numerator, accordingly only you will take in the denominator. In general, if you have 2 points given, this will also obey this rule. I will show you by example. If 2 points are given on a line, then if the coordinates of the 2 points are known, xa, ya, xb, yb, then you can write the slope of the line as yb minus ya by xb minus xa. And similarly, you can also write as ya minus yb by xa minus xb. So it is not necessary that you always write b minus a, you can write a minus b also. But if you are writing a minus b in numerator, you have to write a minus b in the denominator also. So in short, change in y coordinate divided by change in x coordinate. Is it clear? Please let me know so that we can work on example to make this thing clear to all of you. Okay, let's see. Examples. Number 1. Suppose I have, this is x axis, y axis given, and I have this line, and they have given to me this coordinate zero comma 1 and 3 comma 0. Now without finding the slope, can anyone tell me the slope is going to be positive or negative? Don't use any formula, just tell me. By looking at the nature of the line, as you start moving along x-axis, what are you seeing is happening to the line? So based on that, can anyone tell? I think one or two of you needs to be logged out of this chat. They are continuously wasting time in writing the name again and again. Who is this writing the name of Manjari Khandelwal? Someone is continuously writing. So better you will be removed. Don't unnecessarily waste your time. Focus here. Sincere students, they are saying negative, correct. Arey beta, what I said, see the line. Where are you moving? How to check? If you go towards x-axis, I said go towards x-axis. Once you go towards x-axis, what are you seeing to the line? Is it going up or coming down? Is it going? This line is coming down. This line is coming down. So we will say slope is negative. It is not positive, it is negative. As you move towards x-axis, you are seeing the line is coming down. So negative. Second thing, I said if I take this is the vertical segment. If you see this vertical segment, what is the length? Height, this height is 1, just the magnitude. This is the horizontal segment. If you see this segment of the line, this much portion only, you are seeing horizontal segment. How much is this? 3. So I will say magnitude of slope, I said is vertical by horizontal. So it will simply become 1 by 3. Magnitude is 1 by 3. So my final answer, slope of line with sign I will put minus 1 by 3. When you are finding the magnitude, vertical by horizontal, don't give again minus. Here it will be always plus, magnitude. Magnitude is always positive. Sign comes from here, it is this. Alternate by formula. Let's cross check we are right or not. By formula, I can write slope is equals to, suppose I give it a name, let's call this point as A and let's call this point as B. So I can write slope, if I write yb minus ya by xb minus xa. So yb, for b point y coordinate is 0. For a point y coordinate is 1. For b point x coordinate is 3. For a point x coordinate is 0. So check, you will get minus 1 by 3. From both you will get the same. From both you are getting the same answer. Is it clear? Check. So by formula, if 2 points you can write the coordinates, definitely you will get the correct answer in this form. So slope is minus 1 by 3. So you just need to see the vertical and horizontal segments. Clear? Okay. Now one very important result which we can write from here. Since we saw slope is change in y or difference in y by difference in x. Delta, this symbol I am using, in Greek we call it as delta, used to indicate difference. When you are finding difference in mathematics, we use this symbol delta. So slope is change in y coordinate and change in x coordinate. So therefore, if you have a vertical line, if you have slope of a vertical line, what you will write the slope of vertical line? If the line is vertical, please reply fast. We will be ending the class soon. If a line is vertical, so if you move along this line, which coordinate is changing and which one is not changing? Tell fast. If I take a vertical line, which coordinate will change and which coordinate will not change? If I move vertically, means along y axis, which coordinate will change, which coordinate will not change? I am waiting for your answers. Correct, y coordinate will change, x will not change. So slope of vertical line will become infinite. Why? Since x coordinate will not change. Delta x means change in x. It will be 0, and y coordinate will change, means y coordinate is non-zero. So anything divided by 0 gives you infinite. Similarly, if I say slope of a horizontal line, if you move along the x-axis, what will not change? Y. What will change is x. So if we move along the x-axis, slope of horizontal line, this will become always 0. Why? Because when you move along horizontal, what will not change is y, and what will change is x. So whenever we have, very important result, whenever we have any horizontal line, you will have the slope to be, you can say, 0, and whenever we have a vertical line, the slope is always infinite. Is it clear? Yes. So just delta y will become 0 here. So 0 upon anything is 0. And if you are taking vertical line, then slope becomes infinite. I am telling this all just that you don't depend on a single formula, sir. Tan theta is not given, how to do. So without knowing that also, you can find the slope very easily. Is it clear? Okay, so I will quickly take one or two more examples so that you understand that sometimes angle will be given, sometimes point will be given. In any ways you can find. For example, suppose this is y axis, this is x axis. I have marked a line like this. I have marked a line like this. And they give to me this angle as 120 degree. They ask me slope will be how much for this line. I think the figure is clear to all of you. Now first tell me, without doing any calculation, will the line have positive slope or negative slope? Correct? Correct? Positive. Okay. The slope will be positive. Why? Because as you move towards x-axis, the line is going up. Can you see? So what happens here? If, array sir, it is not negative, it is positive. Don't be fooled by 120 degree. I said apply your brain. They are asking slope, so you should be knowing which angle to take, right? Now what I will see, array line is not coming down, beta, understand, wait, just we had seen that slope is positive, because go think that you are going towards x-axis, try going like this. If you go like this, the line is coming down or going up. Can you see? You have to move along x-axis, so see the line is going up. If it is going up, then how can the slope be negative? It is positive. So first of all, you can see this line, go towards x-axis, then check. Don't go like this. We have to go towards positive x-axis and then see. So you can see line goes up. Line goes up. And now when we say slope will be positive. Now what will you do? Magnitude. Those who are confused with this all, let me make it very clear for all of you. Magnitude of slope, you can either use vertical by horizontal, or you can simply say, when you are writing tan theta, magnitude of slope tan theta, you have to just take theta as the acute angle which the line makes with horizontal. So just you have to see how much acute angle this line is making, not the obtuse. Is it making 120 acute angle? Answer is no. What will be the acute angle? Just see, again I am drawing. This angle is given 120. This is the line. I have to see the acute angle. This line is horizontal. This line is horizontal. They have given me that this angle is 120. This is obtuse. I have to select that theta which is acute. Which one will be that? This one. So this I have to take as theta. 60 degree I will take as theta. So we will say slope will become, magnitude of slope is tan 60, which is √3. So what is my final answer? Final answer I will say slope is equals to plus √3. Understood? Now if you say, sir, please explain why you told that slope magnitude is vertical by horizontal. Let's see. I can say, suppose lengthwise, this I am taking as A. Suppose this is horizontal segment, just the magnitude, and I take this length as B. This is the vertical segment. So alternately I can say magnitude of slope I told is vertical by horizontal. Vertical is B, horizontal is A, just the magnitude. So I will say B by A. But what is B by A? If you see, we have a right angle triangle. This angle is 60 degree. So B by A is nothing but tan 60. Only the magnitude. This will become √3. So if you want, wherever you want to take, beta, wherever you want to take, this is for all case. This is all for all case. I am avoiding this confusion which you are having. Tell me if the angle I am given like this, say 120 degree, and I ask its slope. What will you write? 120 degree I have given and I am telling this. Tell fast. Is it going up or coming down? Is it going up or coming down? Tell fast. You are having this confusion. Can we take? Tell. This line is going up or coming down? You are moving towards x-axis. What is happening to this line? It is coming down. Yes. So this is coming down. So if it is coming down, so immediately I will say slope is negative. Slope will become negative. Second thing, what I told, they have given 120. Only focus on the acute angle which it makes with horizontal. What is the acute angle? Is 120 acute? No, it is obtuse. So if I see acute angle, this will be 60 degree. This I have to take as theta. And write slope is, magnitude of slope is tan theta. Whenever you are using this technique, just see that theta is the acute angle. So what is tan theta? Tan 60, which is root 3. So final answer, slope will be having magnitude root 3, but sign is negative. That's it. You need not bother about, sir, obtuse is given, this is given, that is given, nothing. Arey bhai, see the line is coming down, slope is negative. What is the acute angle it is making with horizontal? Is it making 120 acute? No, 120 is obtuse. Acute angle is 60. Just take tan 60. That will become the magnitude of slope. And sign is determined whether line is coming down or going up. Once you have those two things, you get your answer. If you proceed by this way, guaranteedly you will never make mistake in finding slopes. Is it clear? So whichever way they draw the line, you will never have any confusion if you follow this particular method. Whichever segment is given, just see the line is going up or down and whether the angle it makes with horizontal, that acute value you know or not. Yes, correct. Now we are getting correct answers. So I feel that whatever I tried to teach, whatever I tried to explain to you all, it was worthy. You got that point finally. So I am very happy for that you are learning gradually, and now the learning will be fast as in the days to come. In next class, we will be looking at the equation of the straight line, which I could not discuss today. We just discussed slope. Tomorrow, we will see equation of straight line and we will directly jump to mechanics or kinematics, where we will be talking about rest and motion of a particle. Okay. So wait for that class and do revise all the points we have discussed. Please like the video, share it if possible with your friends, ask them to also come and at least have a glimpse of whatever is being taught. So that will be all. Thank you.